So, hello everyone. Before starting our talk today, would like to introduce a little bit of myself. My name is Ha Anh Phượng. You can call me as Phượng, or just like you can call me my English name Jennifer. Jennifer is my name, or you can call Phượng. Well, I'm a teacher of English language in Vietnam and Hương Cần High School. Hương Cần High School is a high school located in a mountainous area in Vietnam, and which is famous for very, very nice teachers and students. And most of the students in my school are ethnic minority students, and I am an ethnic minority. I belong to Muong ethnic minority in Vietnam. And today it is my honor to be here, and it's my pleasure to see all of you here today. And I hope that we can have great time. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. I'm so good today because it is Lunar New Year in Vietnam and I have the days off. So I'm happy today. Very excited to talk to all of you here today.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Sahiti, a 6th grader. Could you please allow me to ask my question?
Okay.
What is the secret of your success?
Oh, thank you. So I do believe that there is no success. I'm sorry. I do believe that there is no secret of my success because, practice makes perfect. What I can do as what I did today is my motivation and practice, because I do believe practice makes perfect. That is the script. Yeah. All right. So, that it's really important to have the kind of intrinsic motivation. And when I was a little kid, my big dream was becoming a teacher. So when I grew up, I tried to make it by my intrinsic motivation and practice, practice. And that is my secret.
Yes.
And I think that is not like a secret. That is one of my favorite quotation every day.
Okay, students, I think you need to draw the inspiration from our global teacher. Practice makes man perfect. So if you practice, you can also reach to a great heights in your life. So Subramanian Srinivas, it's your turn.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
How are you, ma'am? Hello, ma'am. This is Subramanian Srinivas, a 7th grade student. I would like to ask you a question, ma'am. Can I ask, ma'am?
Yeah.
Please
sure.
share your teaching way. Please share your teaching ways to attract your students.
Oh, yeah, that is really good question. Thank you for your question. And I have to say that, as I told you before, I do believe that there are two main factors leading to language learner success. They are intrinsic motivation and their learning environment. So I try to focus on these two factors. And sometimes I try to be like the friends of my students. And I try to imply, I try to take some kind of materials like movie, music, and I try to update the information that the young people like in my lessons. So I think one of my, it is always one of my favorite teaching techniques to my class. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Jennifer, for you and for me, English is not our mother tongue. It is for you, it is a foreign language. For me, it is a third language. So how would you like to make your students show interest towards this particular foreign language? Because our students, they like to speak their mother tongues. So whether it is in India or in Vietnam, they love to speak their mother tongues. But it is very hard for us actually to make them speak a foreign language like English. So what kind of work you do to make them speak in English?
Yeah. So hi guys. as you know that I'm a teacher of English language, and I do believe one of the best way to overcome the influence of mother tongue is creating favorable foreign language environment. It means that you will fill your daily life with English by simple actions like communicating English with your friends daily, reading foreign language newspapers or magazines, books, or watching English movies, cartoon, or playing games with friends in English, joining English club, or learning English with foreigners like what teacher Harry is doing now for you guys. Well, when I was a secondary student, I lived in a dormitory in an ethnic minority boarding school, and my close friend and I only communicated in English. And if some words we might not know in English, we could speak it in Vietnamese instead of that. And gradually, I have kind of habit, and my English become better. So, creating a good foreign language environment is one of the good ways to overcome the influence of mother tongue. And we should have the intrinsic motivation so that we can speak it daily.
I do agree with you, Jennifer. Truly, it's true. Nagalakshmi, over to you.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am. This is Nagalakshmi, 9th grader. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Could you please tell us your success route to be featured among global best?
Yeah, I got it. So, I want to tell you a story about my teaching route. When I was a little kid, like you, when I was a little kid, my mom brought me to the village hall to watch a movie named The Mountain School. And the movie really, is about a teacher who really goes beyond the role of a teacher. And this movie really sparked in me an interest that I really want to become a teacher. That is because I understand the difficulties of poorly educated people, especially women, who easily become the victims of many social evils or evil customs. And from that moment, I've recognized education is really important. And education is like the most powerful weapon for changing the world. Like Nelson Mandela, Nelson Mandela quotation in your country?
Yes.
Yeah, and right after that in 2020, I was recognized as one of the top 10 finalists for the Global Teacher Prize. And it is my big honor. Then 3 months ago, the national TV featured a movie about myself. So, 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, I saw a movie about a teacher, and more than 20 years ago, a movie about me. Yeah, wow. It's a kind of documentary about me. And the movie got the Golden Prize for the Vietnamese Festival film. It's a 45. It is 45. I'm not sure. It's a 46 or 45 times. And the movie really sparked me an interest to become a teacher. And the movie is about myself, and the movie got the Golden Prize for the Vietnamese Festival movies in 2020. So, it is really magical, and I think it is really important to have the intrinsic motivation than, just practice and have a big dream and focus on our target, then it leads to success.
It is an incredible story. In fact, it is really incredible story. A girl, a kid watching a movie, and after 20 years, her movie has been screened in Vietnam. What a wonder, actually.
You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch the movie about myself on YouTube if you want to.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, sure.
It's our pleasure. Yes.
Yeah.
So students,
my pleasure.
Yeah, students. My students. Most of my students would like to become a future teachers. In fact, future educators. So you have to take inspiration from this great teacher from Vietnam, Jennifer, because you are going to be rock in the future. And she is
Thank you.
really inspirational to you, not only you, rest of the world. Durga Sai, over to you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Harry. You're very
Hello.
nice. Yeah, hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. I'm good today. I'm so good. I'm so excited to talk to all of you today.
Yes, ma'am. This is Durga Sai. I am glad to interact with you. Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Is English taught in Vietnam as second language or foreign language?
You know, English is taught in Vietnam as the foreign language. It is not second language, and I hope that in the near future it will become a second language. But right now in Vietnam, it is foreign language. And you know, in Vietnam we have over 54 ethnic minority groups, and every ethnic minority groups has their own language. So you know, we have the Vietnamese and ethnic minorities, and for some students, their mother tongue is ethnic minority language, then Vietnamese as a second language. Yeah,
Okay.
for
quite interesting.
some students.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello,
How are you, ma'am?
I'm so good. Yeah, but I'm a little bit sad because you know, I'm overweight. I gained so many kilos. I'm look fatter. Yeah, because it's Lunar New Year in Vietnam. I eat too much. I drink too much. So I gain weight. So I'm a little bit upset today.
Okay, a dedicated teacher like you, I think it's not a question for you to lose the weight. I think you can definitely lose the weight, no problem at all.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Husni, over to you. Pose the question.
What grammar topics you would recommend to English fluently?
If you ask me to recommend a grammar point, I think all of them are important. But if you want to speak English fluently, or if you want to speak English, at least you have to know the tenses. I mean, the tenses and grammar, the tenses.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mamata, over to you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
Good. Yeah, I'm so good today.
This is Mamata, a 6th grader. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of special strategies you implement in your classroom to make your students speak English fluently?
Yeah, so as I told you before, two main factors are really important are learning environment and motivation. And I mean intrinsic motivation. So all of my strategies focus on these two factors. At my class, I often inspire my students not only one strategy, but more than one. For example, 20 days strategy. I mean 20 days a translator strategy. For this strategy, my students translate English newspapers into Vietnamese in 20 days. Because I do believe that when we do something in 20 days, it will become a habit. Or some project-based learning programs I have conducted to inspire my students to speak English. Thank you.
So quite interesting. I think I would like to follow your route.
Hello, Dixie. I'm fine. I'm good today.
This is Dikshit, a 7th grader. I would like to ask a question, ma'am.
Yeah.
How
Sure.
is we producing many English teachers?
Well, I do believe that not only in Vietnam, I guess so many countries in the world, and as a result of globalization and the importance of English. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Tedipia.
ma'am.
Tedipia, it's your turn.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I am good. I'm fine. I'm okay. And I'm a little bit upset because I gained weight.
My name is Z.P.H.S, 7th grader. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Okay, sure.
Could you please tell me few tips that can help your students to overcome the influence of their mother tongue?
Yeah, as I told you before, one of the key ways to overcome the influence of mother tongue is creating favorable foreign language environment. It means that you will fill your daily life with English by simple actions like communicating English with your friends daily, reading foreign language newspapers or magazines, books, or watching English movies, cartoons, playing games with friends in English, or joining English club or learning English with foreign language like teacher Harry is doing with you guys now. So, it's really important.
Okay, thank you. Sai Surya,
Thank you, ma'am.
question. So
Yeah.
in Vietnam, what kind of school system is prevailing? Is it a public school system or private school system? Which school system is popular in Vietnam?
Yeah, in Vietnam, the government system is more popular than the private system. But recently, the system of private schools is growing at breakneck speed. And I do believe that in the future, the ratio between the private sector and the government sector in education may become equal. But right now, the government system are overwhelming.
Would you mind sharing your innovative activities at your school?
Yeah, I see. So basically, I have conducted so many different project-based learnings and several projects in my school, like say no to plastic straw. There is an environment, and there is an environmental project in Vietnam that I asked my student to co-work to find out the bad effects of plastic straw, and then they can make their straw, the bamboo straw, how to make it and how to prevent it from getting moldy. And this is a kind of STEM teaching, the project-based learning, or the happy library in my areas, it is in mountainous area, so they do not have the foreign language books. So happy library is one of my initiative that can help the ethnic minorities can get access to the foreign language books as well. Yeah, and several other initiatives.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer, I have a question. In 2020, our Indian teacher won the Global Teacher Prize.
Yeah.
He actually shared half of his money with the 10 participants. So what did you do with the amount that you got from the Indian teacher?
Yeah, that is really good question. And so many people ask me this question. And for the first year, I decided to spend this money on refurbishing the Happy Library. I bought books and air conditioner and some kind of facilities that assist my students for reading, so that they can have the comfortable place to read. And we are happy to do that.
That's really truly inspirational, because you used that money for the sake of your school and students. Really inspirational. Jennifer, I have one more question. What kind of standard tests that your students take, especially in the area of English language?
Yeah, so like other countries, like other countries in the world, the TOEFL, IELTS, TOEIC, and CEFR tests are popular in Vietnam. However, in Vietnam, we have V-step test as a kind of standardized test, which are valid for students and foreigners to study and work in Vietnam.
Okay. So in India, I think we have the students, they have to take the formative examinations and summative examinations, but we don't have the standardized tests that your students take. Do you think that the students need to take the standardized tests at the school level in order to compete with this global competition?
You mean the high school students, or
Yes,
what
yes,
what level?
Yes, high school
The
students.
level? Yeah, I think yeah, it's possible. Like in Vietnam, at the high schools, students can have the TOEFL or IELTS, which are in the good band, that they can go to university directly. No need to have to take exam in Vietnam. For example, a student with 6.5 IELTS band, they can be received in a kind of foreign university in Vietnam, that they no need to take an exam.
Okay. And when
Yeah.
it comes to the teachers need to upgrade their skills from time to time in order to compete with this internet era. Teachers have to update their knowledge in their teaching subject. So how often the teachers of Vietnam undergo the training and to upgrade their skills in their professional subject?
I mean, the professional development of
Yes.
teachers in Vietnam.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it depends on kind of schools, depends on kind of province. And in my province, we have so many different activities for professional development for teachers. I mean, we have the free website, free materials that the Department of Education and Training to give to other teachers in my school and in our province to do it. And they have hosted so many free webinars. I mean, in Vietnam in general as well, and the workshop, talk shows for teachers to join. Yeah, so many opportunities for Vietnamese teachers to develop professional development. Yeah.
I met one of your colleagues, Tom from Vietnam in America as a part of Fulbright Exchange program. So have you ever tried to go America as a part of Fulbright exchange program? Because you are thoroughly deserve to avail that program. You have already proved to be a global icon.
It's still my dream, and I think I couldn't make it. Yeah, I know this program, but I think I couldn't make it because right now I'm due to some kind of political position, I could not study in foreign countries in a long time because I have to work, I have to teach at school, and I hope that in the near future I could make it, but it's not now. It's not this time in Vietnam.
Okay,
but maybe later.
Let's hope that you will make it to the America very soon. And I have one more question regarding the English subject. Actually, we have 5 minutes time is left. In order to teach your students, and what kind of books that your government prescribe to teach English for the high school level students? That means, do you have a prescribed textbook and the grammar book, or what kind of books are there for the students to learn English as a foreign language?
Yeah, so in Vietnam, we have the course book from the Ministry of Education and Training. But for the gifted students, I have so many different books. Just wait me a minute. I'm going to show you this. Look at this.
Yes.
I'm going to show you. There are several books that I use for the gifted students in Vietnam. Like, this one. This is Destination C1 and C2. Yeah, it's for gifted students only, and for English teacher. Yeah, and this one the same. Destination and listening is really easy. Yeah, for kids and for students. I mean the secondary students, and very typical books IELTS, and I do that. Yeah, and I do believe that you all know this. And this one, the Cambridge, so many.
Mhm.
Yeah, but as come from Cambridge or Oxford University. Yeah. And for grammar revision, I often use destination B1, B2, C1. Yeah,
Mm.
really helpful.
Okay, that means you use the Oxford and publication and Cambridge publication. So would you mind giving a final message to my students?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some final message, and it's my pleasure to talk to you all of you today. That dream the big dream, because we only live and we only live once. Okay, we only live once. So have a big dream and practice makes perfect. Practice, 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 because practice makes perfect.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for your time. And I know that your time is so precious and you gave us your valuable time today. So we are celebrating today Republic Day, a national day. And so your presence added to that festival. Thank you so much for your time. And we will look forward to see you again another time.